And good evening, everyone. Along with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, Mike Breen on hand, Lisa Salters with us as well. Well, here in Los Angeles, after the Lakers have lost 3 of 4, the sky is falling. Everybody worried about the Lakers after the rough road trip. All right, so I have a multiple choice question for you guys. Number 1, is it panic time? Number 2, mild concern? Or number 3, is everything going to be okay once the playoffs start? Why don't you start?
Well, I don't know about Mark, but I always did better with essay tests. But I'm going to take mild concern because of Andrew Bynum's injury. When Andrew Bynum is healthy, he's a dominant force in the paint. 15 points a game, 8 rebounds, the best 1-2-3 punch in the NBA. But his health has been a concern over the last couple weeks, and it's no sure thing when he will be back.
And I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say mild concern, but I'm going to look at their road trip. 5 games, you lose 3 of them, but you lose 2 of those games to elite teams, playoff teams in Oklahoma City and Atlanta. The concern is losing to the New Orleans Hornets. If you're the Lakers, understand what you have to do to finish this season off the right way.
Well, they're certainly not playing what they're capable of playing. Their defense has been a problem recently, certainly not up to par with what they were doing earlier. As we look at our starting lineups, for the Jazz, 50 and 26, they've been playing great basketball. How about a starting lineup with 3 second-rounders and an undrafted player? The only guy in the first round is Darren Williams for Jerry Sloan's club. That's been playing great basketball. And for the Lakers, as Jeff mentioned, Bynum's still out, no timetable for the return. So Lamar Odom continues to start with Artest and Gasol in the front court. And, of course, Kobe and Derek Fisher for Phil Jackson. And we're set to go. 7 games remaining for the Lakers. 6 to go for Utah as Boozer comes up with it. And Darren Williams quickly goes to the basket, knocked out of bounds. Are they going to call a foul? Yes. And Williams will go to the line as Fisher picks up 1. And it's going to be hard to find a point guard playing any better than Darren Williams. And he is leading the Jazz on a great stretch as we check in for the first time tonight with Lisa Salters. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, the Jazz haven't beaten the Lakers here in LA since 2006, and believe me, they know that. It was one of the first things that Darren Williams said to me this afternoon when I asked him how important this game would be for the Jazz's confidence come playoff time if they should face the Lakers down the road. Carlos Boozer said to me, hey, the playoffs are right around the corner. We need to know that we can beat these guys here. What's good for us is that we're playing our best basketball now. And the Jazz say that they know that the Lakers have been hearing it from their fans and from the media. They're going to come out swinging tonight. They say we've got to match their intensity. Mike?
Well, Lisa, that streak, Jerry Sloan's team has lost here 13 straight times, 7 of them in the regular season, 6 in the playoffs in both 2008 2009. Oh, nice pass. Kobe Bryant to Lamar Odom to get the Lakers on the board. And a key difference for Utah this year is they're a better road team. They've always struggled, been dominant at home in Salt Lake. But this year they're a much better road team. Mark, what's been the difference?
Well, I think that they're taking their home game attitude and mentality on the road. You just look at their body language when they're on the road in these games. They're defending, they're competing, they're playing 48 minutes, and as a result, they're not changing styles as they change location.
And they're playing better, and they're missing a key man. Andre Karolinko still out. Probably will return sometime next week. Williams, nice little fake, and the jump shot gets it to go.
To me, that's going to be big. If you're going to beat the Los Angeles Lakers, you have to have great point guard play and not just facilitating. The other night we saw Darren Williams with 19 assists. He's going to have to score against this Laker defense.
We talk about the Lakers' struggles. Mainly it's been on the road because they've only lost 5 times here at the Staples Center as Fisher nails the 3. They're 32-5 here. That's the best home record in the West. And I'd love to see Fisher get on track, the veteran, knocking down his first shot attempt. Bryant is guarding Wesley Matthews, the undrafted rookie. Fun matchup for him. And Darren Williams was out of bounds. 2 quick turnovers. Wesley Matthews has raised a lot of eyebrows, played his college ball at Marquette, didn't get drafted, which surprised some. And because of some injuries back in training camp, got a chance to play and has eventually worked his way into the starting lineup. He's got some real toughness, according to Jerry Sloan.
Well, I think if you look at the health issues and the Carlos Boozer situation for Utah, this could go down as Jerry Sloan's finest hour as a coach. How he has them here when no one but Millsap has played in every game is really, really a testament to their toughness, their unselfishness, and their half-court execution.
man with the ball is the one responsible for leading in that way. Williams misses it. Sloan is the coach, and Williams is the coach on the floor. It's the cliche, but this is his team. There's no question about it, Mark. As a former point guard, you've got to love the way he's playing.
I talked about it the other night. There's no question this guy is the best point guard in the business, and you got some special guys throughout the league, but you talk about the package, the combination of his size, his strength, his ability to score and also run a team. He's the best in the business.
You talked about that the other night. You talked about everything else. That was a blowout win for Utah, and they've had a bunch of them lately. In fact, the last 2 games for the Jazz, they've played the Knicks and the Warriors, and we're just scoring at will. Certainly not 2 of the better defensive teams in the NBA, so this might be a little bit of a shell shock going up against the Laker team, but they've been struggling defensively.
But you know what? The game was so bad, it was such a blowout that I actually was sitting there wishing that Jeff Van Gundy was working with me.
Kobe Bryant knocks down the jumper. His first field goal. The Lakers by 3. C.J. Miles, another young player, starting to kind of get it, according to Jerry Sloan, as Wesley Matthews hits it. By the way, he wants to be called Wesley. He does not want to be referred to as Wes.
Okay.
He's setting the parameters early.
We don't take orders pretty well. I don't know if you noticed that.
Derek Fisher. And Fisher off to a good start. Okur and Odom matched up. This is not an easy matchup for Derek Fisher. Still one of the tough veterans as Okur gets it. Nice quick pass inside from Matthews.
And you take a look at the way that the Lakers are matched up defensively. So you put Pau Gasol on Boozer because of his ability to post up, also overpowering strength, and you put Lamar Odom on Okur because of his ability to stretch the defense and knock down the long balls. Is a perfect matchup for the Lakers, coach.
Bryant able to hit.
And that's one of the problems in playing Utah, because most teams then are cross-matched at the other end. So you're dealing with some cross-matches with Boozer and Okur, and you never want to have immobile centers guarding Mehmet Okur because of his ability to stretch the floor to the three-point line.
There's Boozer. Boozer has had a superb season, but he has struggled in the 3 games against the Lakers, averaging just 11 points. And Odom lost it, got it back. Not many 6'9" guys can do that.
Well, Boozer's going to struggle with length, and so the Lakers are a nightmare matchup for him from an offensive standpoint.
Otherwise, Boozer, as you said, all-star season, and as Bryant comes up short. In an unlikely season, perhaps, as many thought Boozer would be traded before the trading deadline. Was wondering whether he was going to be traded in the offseason last summer. But he's put that all behind him and has put together an excellent year.
You know, he's handled it like a professional. Exactly what you want a guy to do. Go out and play basketball and put yourself in position to have options.
And you just see those 2 shots, and there's the numbers against LA this year. Those 2 shots that he took with Gasol on him weren't even close. There's a guy that's one of the leading field goal percentage in the NBA. So we'll have our first timeout. 5 minutes in, Lakers by 5.
I assumed that he was going to sign here. I mean, it was the intention of the team, and I think Kobe understands how important it is, to stay in. He's basically the leader, undisputed leader of this team with, guys like Fisher and Lamar, participating in the leadership. But his leadership, I think, is important to him, and I think he really feels he's a Laker. I mean, that's really part of who he is.
And with that extension, that'll be 18 years when it's up. That contract, 18 years in the NBA.
Big bucks and no whammies.
That was a terrible show.
Artest gets it to go.
I mean, what was so terrible? I enjoyed it.
I didn't like that one. That could be one of my least favorite game shows.
Artest with the steal. Gets it to Fisher. Fisher spinning inside, pass inside to Odom, and Odom able to finish, and the Lakers off to an excellent start. Lamar Odom, last last time these two teams played. He had an excellent game. Kobe Bryant missed it. Odom and Gasol really picked it up. Lakers have really picked up their defense. 5 turnovers already for Utah. Bryant blocked by Okoro, but a goaltender.
You really got to like the energy level of the Lakers early on in this ball game. Defending, contesting, active hands, running the court, getting quality possessions via their defense and transition offense. They're executing. This is the Laker team that people expect to see on a nightly basis.
10 straight points. Nice pass inside. Miles to Boozer for an easy 2.
No, that's the way that they're going to have to get Carlos Boozer off. Ball movement, man movement, pick and roll situations, diving to the hoop. Get him in a position where he has space to create.
Fisher on a pretty bounce pass from Gasol. The Lakers just look so sharp at both ends of the floor.
And Utah has to withstand this early surge of energy from this Laker team. And you do it by taking care of the ball and taking care of the paint. And they've done neither so far here tonight.
Williams to Boozer again. Boozer lost the handle, picked up by Odom. Fisher right back to him. Odom inside to Gasol. Blocked but fouled. As Matthews hit him. And there you see the ability of Odom leading the break, kicking it out, getting it back, and picking up what would have been an assist.
Yeah, but Coach makes a great point, because in this league, you understand when teams are going to come out with a burst of energy and on a mission. Your job as a coach and as a team is to sustain it. Understand that, and then hang in there till your time comes where you take over the basketball game. It's about hanging in there and understanding the mentality of a championship team.
Okoro will sit down, and Millsap comes in. Interesting substitution early.
Well, think about it from Utah's standpoint. Missing Karolinko. They traded their backup point guard away for cap space. They traded Brewer, who was a starter, for nothing. So, I mean, for a draft pick, but no help. I think they've done a remarkable job with limited perimeter play on the wing. They don't have a perimeter player who can go and create and get his own shot, which is very difficult when you go on the road against one of the better teams like this Laker team.
Bryant going right at Matthews, misses it. Ball deflected out. Look at Williams hustle. And he knocks it out of bounds, but it's Laker ball. Well, they got some of those younger players who are starting to do that, Jeff, but as you say, when you go up against a road team, and especially one of the better ones, it's a different story.
And I don't know if the history of the Jazz, even when they were at their best, how many perimeter guys, wing guys, that they have as Lamar Odom knocks down the jumper that created their own shot. It was more so the system that created shots for those guys.
Odom 4 for 4 from the field, and it's already a 15-point game. Williams out to Miles. Miles, nice little fake, lines it up. That won't go. Miles 0 for 3 to start. Well, the Lakers 69% from the field. They've hit 11 of their first 16. Ball poked away by Matthews and then fouled by Bryant. And Kyle Korver will enter the game for the first time. Miles will sit.
This could be the best shooter in basketball.
Well, you won't get arguments statistically. He's on the verge of setting the NBA single-season three-point field goal percentage.
And he can do it off the move. He's got a quick release. He's got more toughness than you would think when you just look at him. He's just battled injury the whole year. This guy can play basketball. He's just got to put his socks down. He looks like he should be at the YMCA instead of one of the greatest shooters to ever play.
Well, he missed 27 games after having left knee surgery. Millsap misses. Gasol the rebound. So one of the socks is part of a brace on the knee. Bryant misses but fouled. And the Lakers just dominating right now with 3:22 remaining.
And part of the problem, you look at this Jazz lineup on the floor, Korver's the guy that's going to match up against Kobe Bryant. That's a recipe for disaster. That's not going to happen if you're Bryant, your eyes open up, and you look to be aggressive, making plays either for yourself or for teammates.
So Bryant will shoot 2. Matthews has a cut. So Gary Briggs, their head athletic trainer, will check him out. Well, we have a second, our NBA calendar. Again, less than 2 weeks left in the regular season. A lot of important games, including that one. NBA TV tomorrow. Charlotte at Chicago, 8 Eastern. ABC on Sunday. Coverage begins at 12:30. Cleveland and Boston. Then the Spurs and the Lakers. All these games with ramifications of seeding or playoff spots. ESPN next Wednesday. The Jazz and the Rockets in Houston. San Antonio playing at Phoenix. And then TNT's doubleheader Thursday. Cavs and Bulls. Lakers will be in Denver. And as we said, in the Western Conference, the 2nd through the 5th spot separated by just 1 game. And even 2 through 8 separated by only 4 games. So if you lose 2 or 3 in a row, you could drop 4 spots in the West. And it seems every night you've got a tough matchup.
And to me, it's important because when you talk about seeding playoff time, a lot of times when you look at the teams in the playoffs right now, you don't look at who's better. It's going to boil down to, okay, who are you matched up against? Because in this playoff season, to me, it's more so styles matching. If you could be in trouble, you have the wrong matchup.
And I think some teams may be looking at Oklahoma City as too young to be successful in the playoff. But when you have a player of Durant's quality, and for a young team, they defend extremely well.
Boozer misses Gasol the rebound, and for a young team, they win on the road.
And I'd rather play a veteran team than a young team that does not know any better. They really think that they belong, and they have a superstar that can carry.
The superstar with a beautiful pass off a deflected shot or a deflected pass, and it's 29-10. This one ugly already.
If I was Utah right now, I would just run high pick and roll with Deron Williams, because right now they are struggling to get the ball passed in their 1-4 high offense.
Boozer on the follow and a foul. Boozer on the offensive board. A chance for a 3-point play just in the nick of time for Utah. They were desperate for a basket. And a rough stretch where the Lakers went on a 20-2 run.
Well, deflection ends up in Kobe Bryant's hands. Good vision finds Lamar Odom for the basket. The Lakers are playing Laker basketball here tonight. Up 17 early.
And everybody getting into the act scoring-wise, and certainly strong defense. They're shooting 71% and holding the Jazz to 31%. Perfect start for the Lakers as Boozer will try and complete the traditional 3-point play. And you look at that road trip they had when they went 2-3. They were trailing after the first quarter of all 5 games. That's not going to happen tonight.
That's a problem a lot of times, Coach, and I'm sure you've experienced it because you coach very good teams, where you think, okay, you're in chill mode and think that things are going to just happen instead of forcing the issue and allowing teams to hang around and take over the game early.
Well, and to get players to understand it's a first quarter league as much as a fourth quarter league, meaning you have to be ready to play. And by getting ahead in the first quarter, it usually is about solid preparation, solid plan, and solid intensity. And the Lakers, hey, there's no reason they should trail in 5 straight games.
Matthews knocks down a 3, so Utah kind of settling down a little bit, and it's 29-16.
What you have to do with this Laker team is get into their bench. If you can get into their bench, they have less depth here right now than they've had in quite some time, with some injuries and some guys like Walton who have been out for an extended period of time as Gasol dumps. They just don't have the same quality of bench that they've had in recent years.
Walton, by the way, is expected to play on Sunday when they host the San Antonio Spurs. And file on Shannon Brown. And although Luke Walton is not statistically going to make an enormous impact, he's huge for that bench. Phil Jackson will be the first one to tell you because he's such a facilitator in that bench.
Well, he's a coach on the floor, understands the system. He's not going to make mistakes. He's going to battle. And he's a guy that you can trust to read plays on every trip down the floor.
Just last week, Luke Walton was coaching. This week, he's not even sitting on the bench. He got tired of that coaching thing real quick.
Millsap, left hand won't go. And Millsap, like Boozer, kind of an undersized power guy. Normally plays so well, but against this length of the Lakers, not as easy. Bryant too strong, and Millsap the rebound. Korver, that's a three. And we said Korver could break Steve Kerr's record for highest three-point field goal percentage in a single season. Kerr did it with the Bulls. And Korver, unless he misses pretty much every shot from here on in, is going to break the record. Gasol gets it to go. Pau Gasol. How about his line? In the early going, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists.
And you see on one end his size and length disrupts Carlos Boozer, and on the offensive end he doesn't even see Boozer, so he's able to get his shot off.
Shot clock and game clock nearly identical. Williams, Millsap not expecting the pass. Now he has to force up a shot. That won't go. And that will end a superb start for the Lakers. After struggling in each first quarter on the road trip, Kobe Bryant and the Lakers come out with a vengeance here to begin the game tonight. They shoot 64% from the field on offense. They hold Utah to 30% shooting and 5 turnovers. Things look a little better when you come back home. First quarter complete. Lakers 33, Jazz 16.
What did you say to them to keep them mentally into this game despite the poor first quarter?
We haven't played a team like this in a good bit, and they've just gotten out and really tried to destroy us early. That's why we hope we can just hang in there and maybe get our confidence back and start playing a little bit better.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach. Mike?
All right, Lisa. Ball knocked away. Good defensive sequence there. Josh Powell, Shannon Brown, Jordan Farmar in the game. 3 of the bench players. Here's Ronnie Price, backup point guard for Utah. And here's Jeff alluded to earlier, where you hope you can take advantage. The Laker bench has been struggling recently. Big part, again, because Odom is now a starter with Bynum out. Okur steps back and gets it to go as the shot clock expires. Artest. Shannon Brown gets to go, the 3. And a good start from downtown for the Lakers. They're 3 of 5. This is the 4th and final meeting of the regular season between the two. Lakers have won 2 of 3. They split 2 games in Utah and won a big one here back in December. That was a game, as Price misses, the Jazz scored 6 points in the 4th quarter. Okur lines up the 3. Millsap and Artest fighting for it. Good hustle from Artest. And Millsap touched it last.
You know what I love? Jeff Van Gundy actually forces things to happen. Put pressure on Luke Walton, call him out. He runs out to the bench with his pen and pad, understanding you don't change.
Yeah, but you can't act like a coach coming 1 quarter late. This game is over already. Go back, get some treatment.
Brown, maybe he was looking at film.
No, he was getting his back ready. He was out here working hard before the game.
He heard his name called and he has responded.
He's got a pinched nerve in his back, and again hopes to play Sunday. Pass inside, Millsap. Boy, the Laker defense is just terrific, although Price, nice second effort there. There he is, forward clipboard.
Utah in a zone. First time they're showing 2-3 zone here tonight.
Farmar couldn't hold on. Every deflection is falling into the hands of the Lakers. Odom a little too strong. And here comes Price.
Actually, the 2-3 zone was very effective against the Golden State Warriors on Wednesday night. Took them out of what they were trying to accomplish offensively.
What was that?
Price goes inside, and a blocking foul called on Josh Powell. They say on the pass off, so the Jazz will take it out.
I'm still trying to figure it out. So why are you looking at me for an answer?
I feel bad for him. Look, every game, if they have 8 guys, it's like a miracle.
Don't make any excuse. You can still compete. They did not compete.
That's true. But I'm just saying, like, what has happened? Why is everybody always shut down? The flu now gets people out. Come on, your team needs you.
They don't make them like they used to. I always sound like 2 old guys.
Bitter old guys.
No, I'm not saying that. I don't care if it's old or young. Show up for your team as Farmar knocks down another 3.
And lead back up to 19. Jerry Sloan gets up, calls timeout. And the Lakers operating on all cylinders. They're 4 of 6 from downtown, 59% overall. And right now putting a whooping on the Jazz here in L.A. All right, Mark, back here in L.A. All Lakers up by 19. You mentioned Manu Ginobili. He's going to be part of our NBA Destination Sunday Showcase this Sunday. First at 1, it's the Cavs and the Celtics. Then at 3:30, it's the Spurs here in Los Angeles against the Lakers. NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC. Coverage beginning at 12:30 Eastern with GMC Sierra. NBA Countdown. Boy, Ginobili is just, when he's healthy, he's as fun to watch as anybody in the league.
You know, and Popovich talked about it. That guy has been the key to their great run. When he's playing great, they have a chance against anybody.
And he's one of the free agents this summer. Be interesting to see. The Spurs, can they give him a lot of money? Keep him there. Williams, count it, and a foul.
I think they have such a difficult decision with his last 2 or 3 years health-wise. If they don't see themselves as championship caliber team, then they can't overpay. And yet, he is the most popular Spur to watch. If you're, I mean, because he has such creativity, spontaneity, passion. I just thoroughly enjoy watching him play.
Part of his problem has been he plays so many games in the summer for Argentina, whether it's World Championships or Olympics. And he's broken down quite a bit, but he's healthy now. Artest, the 3.
Do you really think it has to do with that, playing that many games in the summer?
In a lot of guys, I would say no. With him, I'd say yes, because he plays so hard every second he's on the floor. And I think eventually, you know, you take wax and he's always getting knocked down. It takes its toll on the body.
But I was that way on the playgrounds in New York City.
So you're saying Kobe Bryant doesn't play hard?
Oh, no, he does. But if you look at the number of games internationally that Ginobili's played over his career compared to Kobe Bryant, I don't know the total, but I'm sure it's quite a bit more.
I'm just going to give him a new nickname right now. Bank.
Bank Bryant?
He's got so much money now. And I'm going to go back to what I was ridiculed for last year. If he continues at a high level, he is going to be the all-time greatest Laker when it's all said and done. Because longevity has to be a critical component of any evaluation.
So we're getting another apology remixed by you?
No, I'm not. Well, I didn't remix it. I was ridiculed for saying that he was last year going to go down as the greatest all-time Laker. And I'm just restating, not remixing, but restating that I agree with myself once again.
By the way, is the bank nickname, is that because of the money he's earned or because he's money in the bank every night? Is our test counted at a foul?
No, that's strictly for that extension that he just signed.
And Mike, you don't say bank the same way he says it. How do you say it?
Bank.
Our test will have a chance of the three-point play. Well, he's the #1 all-time scorer now as he passed Jerry West.
To me, the other guys in the conversation, obviously, Jerry West, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I think O'Neal, again, if he had finished his career here and played 5-6 more years here, as Ronnie Price knocks it in, I think he would have definitely been in the mix. But if Bryant plays at a high level for 3 or 4 more years, he is going to have the championship and he's going to have the numbers, which no one will even be close to. I don't even think it'll be a discussion.
By the way, if he plays, as Josh Powell puts up the shot clock expiring, if he plays 6 more years, and averages 25 a game over those 6 years, he would become the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Not just a Laker, all-time. Kareem #1 now, as Okur misses.
I don't see there's any way he can play 6 years, and in years 4, 5, and 6 average 25 points a game. I just...
Well, he's 31 now.
Yeah, but it's chronological years. It's game years. It's playoff minutes. It's...
Right, he would have to play 20 years in the league. Darren Williams with the steal. Farmar chasing, but Williams throws it down and kind of looks at him as he goes back up the floor. Only the second Laker turnover.
I'm sitting there thinking about it. I disagree. I think he's more than capable of averaging those type of numbers in years 4, 5, and 6 because of his ability to knock down the jump shot. That will keep a defense honest, and he's going to continue to be a scorer.
Artest misses.
All right, I'm going to say it right here. I think in year 6, he'll average 15 points a game. And he will be really happy that I'm saying that, by the way.
Farmar drives. Offensive foul. Ronnie Price steps in and draws the charge. Price, a nice job off the bench. Utah trying to get in. That's the 3rd foul on Farmar already. And you see the numbers. Total points. Kareem over 38,000, #1.
So are you sitting here saying he's not going to be the all-time leading scorer because...
No, because I think he could continue to play until he's 40 years old. But I don't think he's going to do it as we see some... Man, there's some guys you could argue about who's the best player of all time. I'm just saying I think he'll be the all-time leading scorer. And I don't mind when people say stuff like that's important to him. Individual accomplishment. I have no problem with people saying, like I hear people like, as Williams scores again on pick and roll, you know, the MVP is not important to me, winning a championship is. You can have dual goals. I have no problem saying winning an MVP is important to him.
I couldn't agree with you more because I sit here and I could say being nominated for an Emmy doesn't mean anything for me, but I'm sitting next to 2 guys that got nominated and I got stiffed. I mean, at the end of the day, I could say, no, I'm happy for you guys. It doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm sitting here next to royalty. Congratulations, fellas.
How do we answer?
And Lisa's nominated. I mean, should I leave now?
Well, I consider it a team thing. Mike considers it an individual thing. Okay, so it's just how we view things differently.
I was waiting for you to say something funny. Darren Williams mad at Orlando's Poole, yelling at him, I got the ball. Instead, he's called for a foul. However, Utah on a 10-0 run. He's had the last 7 points, giving an earful to Orlando's Poole. Let's see. I got the ball. First at 7 Eastern, Oklahoma against Stanford. Then at 9, Brittany Griner and Baylor facing the undefeated UConn Huskies. Coverage begins with NCAA Women's Final Four special, 6:30 Eastern. The exclusive home of the NCAA Women's Championship is ESPN, and just amazing what Gino Auriemma and his young women have accomplished.
Well, if I was an AD at one of the big conferences for men's teams that was looking for a coach, Gino Auriemma would be one of my first calls. He can coach at any level and do it well.
Well, I totally agree. Absolutely. He's not going to be as dominant, but he's a big-time coach.
Now, can Ms. Griner and Baylor have any shot, at least to give them a game?
Well, I'll say this. Her ability to protect the rim gives you a chance to stay in the game. And yet, if she was playing in men's basketball, there would have been an outcry for her to have been suspended for longer than 2 games when she broke that young lady's nose late in the regular season. I think that was totally mishandled.
I thought it was perfectly handled as Darren Williams gets to drive by in a layup. It was perfectly handled by her after making the mistake. She handled it like a true lady, apologizing. I lost it, I made a mistake, and now you move forward. Let's not forget her body of work up until that point and even afterwards.
I'll give you her poke from Seton Hall in an NIT game, throws a punch as Fisher knocks in a 3, and he's vilified as a bad guy and a bad kid. No one's making apologies for him, But for her, it's a totally different standard. You should have one standard.
I think we agree, but you're misunderstanding. She made a mistake.
No, I don't have a problem with her apology. I think it was great. I'm not saying.
Oh, you have a problem with the rules?
I have a problem with if what Herb Pope did for Seton Hall, he gets vilified for it. In Brittany Griner's case, because their program is perceived differently, as Wesley Matthews hobbles off with an apparent injury, he's vilified. Brittany Griner is given the chance to apologize and get only a 2-game suspension.
I totally get what you're saying, because you rewind it as when I was a youngster, Kermit Washington hitting Rudy Tomjanovich, he carried it for the rest of his life and still carrying it. So I totally agree and understand what you're saying.
Part of that's just probably as Bryant misses, Gasol tries to keep it alive. Bryant gets it back. Is so much more coverage on the NCAA men's tournament and the women. Ball deflected out of bounds.
And by the way, what do you think about them going to 90-16?
I don't like it.
You're going to have major conferences where teams are 3-4 games under 500 in the major conferences making the tournament. It really is going to devalue the regular season even more than it already is.
Well, give the NCAA the same nickname you give Kobe, Bank.
Oh, Kerr, nice. I don't mean the layup, I mean the line.
No, and you're right. Because if you want an answer to every question is, in the NCAA, why did it happen? It's about money. And I wish they would just say that straight out.
Jazz back within 8 as Odom misses the shot. Artest the rebound. And the strength from Artest. Oh, gets a chance with a 3-point play. He's one guy, when he does flex the muscles, they're legit.
Oh, you talk about the size and strength, the active hands, gets the rebound, secures it, gets the foul, and felt so good, made me want to kiss myself.
2 tickets to the gun show. You know, with him, his addition to this team is not about numbers, but it's about his presence. Rate his season, Mark.
I think it's an incomplete right now, and I think that's being fair. He understands that he's going to be judged on whether this Laker team gets the prize at the end of the day. Anything else, they've fallen short.
Don't you think, again, because of the way he plays and the way the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit and defensive matchups are so huge, that's really why they got him. And that's where he'll show his #1 strength. Bryant gets inside, gets hammered.
But I think they made a money decision. They would have signed Trevor Ariza if they thought they could get him at a fair number. They didn't. So they went to plan B. This is a good plan B right here. Artest, good in the paint, good finish, good strength. And when I did that at Nazareth, people laughed.
Williams, his strength, such a big part of why he's successful. Jerry Sloan talking before the game, just says every year he adds, like most young players do, a little something extra. And he just says he sees the floor so much better this year. Hard to imagine better than he's had in the past, but such a confident player. Looks a little quicker this year too.
Well, he has a live body, the ability to lull you to sleep and change gears, which so many young players don't do. They only have one gear. Here's a guy that can change gears and get to anywhere he wants on the floor. Awfully impressive.
Lakers by 11, under 3 to play here in the second. Artest Williams shows you the versatility of Artest defensively. Williams has the feel, not that time. Fisher knocked out of bounds. Still Laker ball. Fisher 4 for 4 from the field here so far in the first half.
Right, and he shoots 37% for the year. So when he makes, they have a better balance to their starting group. And when Odom gets back to where he can go back to play off the bench, then they'll have a better balance to their bench unit as well.
Good boxing out from Matthews. He's back out on the floor. Kobe Bryant just 3 of 13 from the field. So that's some good looks, just not going down. Here's Price. Artest got a hand on it, but still Jazz ball with 11 remaining on the shot clock. It's a halftime show coming up. Mark Jones, Jalen Rose, Avery Johnson. The Suns stay red hot. Very busy Friday night. And also some big individual performances. Wade and Ginobili, both of them playing at such a high level right now. As that man we just saw, Carlos Boozer. Nice play from Fisher. Shot clock down to 5. Open look for Matthews. And gets it to go. Bounces around and drops in. Phil Jackson, who rarely shows a lot of emotion sitting there on the bench, was very upset no one come out and contested that shot. Odom and Gasol. Bryant, double clutch. 12 points for Bryant. Boozer gets it inside, goes right at Odom and draws the foul.
And that's exactly what Coach was talking about, putting Darren Williams in a high pick and roll situation. Great things happen. 2 guys forced to defend him. Now you take the initial defender off the body of Carlos Boozer. He's able to slash and either get to the cup for a basket or create contact.
So Boozer will shoot. Boozer again, another one who's an unrestricted free agent in this offseason. And a year ago, before this season, the odds of him remaining with the Jazz, no one seemed to think it was going to happen. But because of the way things have gone this year, his enjoyment of playing with Darren Williams, now there's talk that perhaps he will re-sign with Utah.
And he knew the market. If he opted out this year, he would have lost money. So he did the prudent thing. He stayed in. And I give Kevin O'Connor, the general manager of the Jazz, a lot of credit for not overreacting to supposed media pressure to try to trade him and playing for this year and let next year take care of itself.
He's just healthy. When he's been healthy, he's one of the better power forwards in the game. Artest too strong, and Boozer the rebound. A minute remaining. Jazz got themselves back in this game, and a foul on Artest, riding Williams going up the floor, and they're in the penalty now.
And you see the size and strength of Darren Williams. Ron Artest defending a point guard normally would affect him. Darren Williams does not mind. He says, okay, you want to use your size and strength? Well, take a taste of this. He's going to get to his spot via strength or quickness.
And really, that could have and should have been an offensive foul if it was any call at all.
Yep. He certainly initiated it there. I mean, Artest gets right up on him. But
okay, I'm not going to call the offensive foul because Artest flopped and tried to act. He's a horrible actor.
Yeah, I really don't think that's a call either way.
Yeah.
Williams with a huge second quarter.
This guy gets in a gorilla outfit. Now all of a sudden he wants to question guys' acting ability.
I would have been better back in the 30s where it was no speaking and just, I don't know what that was called. Silent movement.
movies.
Yeah.
Charlie Chaplin. Odom on the tip and back up to 9. Final minute. Williams rushed that one a bit.
But Utah always plays for 2 for 1. So that's why he took that shot. I think he even shot it early.
Fisher from way outside. And a loose ball foul, a double foul. Yep, double foul's going to go. I believe Price and Bryant grimacing as he comes up the floor. So Price picks up his second. Kobe Bryant picks up his second. Price fighting hard in there. That one could have just let go.
It's interesting. They called that double foul with Millsap having possession. I think it was before Millsap had possession.
Yep.
And should have been called a jump ball.
But they say foul after the possession. A little over 3 seconds difference. Shot clock, game clock. Williams looking. 14 points here in the second quarter for Williams. Matthews, nice little fake. Shot won't go. Gasol has it. Plenty of time to get off a shot. Kobe Bryant gets it back, puts up a three. And that will end the first half. Bryant just 4 of 14 from the field. As the Jazz, after trailing by 19, with a strong second quarter to get themselves back in the game, especially with Deron Williams with 14 of the 18. But it's the Lakers who still have the lead, up by 9. Kobe Bryant with Lisa Salters.
Thanks, Mike. Kobe, a 19-point lead, now down to 9. What changed for you guys?
We got a lot of momentum there to start the second quarter. We can't allow that. We got to jump on them in the second quarter.
Deron Williams pretty much carrying them right now with 18 points. What do you got to do differently on him?
You know, he's pushing the ball pretty quickly. You know, makes some misses. So, you know, we got to get everybody back, get our bigs back, keep them in our vision.
All right, thanks for your time. Mike?
All right, Lisa. Jazz, after scoring just 16 points in the first quarter, 29 in the second. Got the Toyota halftime report coming up with Mark Jones, Jalen Rose, and Avery Johnson. A very busy Friday night in the NBA and some huge games in terms of playoff seeding, playoff positioning. Some huge games, including individual performances. As we wind down the regular season, Deron Williams and the Jazz, they'll be in the playoffs. Right now, the second seed in the West playing the top seed. They trailed by 19 early. But here at halftime, it's the Lakers 54 and the Jazz 45. Halftime at the Staples Center. The current top 2 seeds in the West going at it on this Friday night in Los Angeles. Lakers lead it 54-45. As we get set to start the third period. Hello again, everyone, with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. Mike Breen on hand. We're going to check in with Lisa in just a moment. This really was a tale of 2 quarters. Lakers in that first period could not have played any better. Just great unselfish basketball.
Yeah, the 15 assists on 21 made field goals. The Lakers shared the ball from the first play on. Here, first play of the game, Kobe Bryant throwing it over the top to Lamar Odom, then playing inside out. Good extra pass by Ron Artest, and then Pau Gasol, one of his 5 assists in the half to the cutting Derek Fisher, and then in transition, Lamar Odom. Simple play to the spotted up Jordan Farmar for 3. Just tremendous offensive execution, particularly in the first quarter.
And they go up by as many as 19 in that first period. They end the quarter up 33-16. Looks like we might have a blowout. No way, says Deron Williams. What a second quarter he had.
And in those situations, you need your best player to find a way to stop the bleeding. And Jerry Sloan certainly got that in Deron Williams. The second quarter took over this basketball game. Found a way to get into the seams, got into the interior and made plays. How about high pick and roll? You want to play it, you can't contain them because of that size, strength, and ability to finish at the rim. Once again, in transition, excuse me, gets to the cup. And then it wasn't all about his scoring. He made plays for other guys. Outstanding job of attacking the Laker defense and getting it going in the second quarter.
Williams just one of the premier players in the league, not just one of the premier point guards. He has just been superb as we check in with Lisa.
Hey, Mike. Well, Jazz assistant Phil Johnson was just telling me a 9-point deficit is certainly better than a 19-point deficit. He said we just did not meet their aggressiveness early in the game. He said, and that was what we were preaching to our guys. We know that the Lakers need this game, but we really haven't seen that kind of intensity from teams we've played recently. He said we did a much better job in that second quarter. The keys to the second half, he says, not give up offensive rebounds. They scored 9 points off of offensive rebounds. And he said, offensively for us, we've got to run our stuff, be stronger. They were pushing us out a little bit too far. We've got to be stronger with the ball. Mike?
All right, Lisa. Well, you mentioned Phil Johnson. Yes, he still is an assistant coach with the Utah Jazz, as Kobe Bryant misses, because Tim Floyd just got the UTEP job, and he hired an assistant named Phil Johnson. And it was reported that by some outlets that it was this Phil Johnson, including one outlet in Salt Lake City. But it's a different Phil Johnson, and Jerry Sloan's happy to have his longtime right-hand man still with him.
Well, congratulations to Tim Floyd at UTEP. He'll do a great job. And his Phil Johnson was the head coach at San Jose State, longtime assistant at USC. Follows him to the minors.
Meanwhile, this Phil Johnson, all 22 years with Jerry Sloan, as Gasol misses. And Jeff, you know the importance of having great assistant coaches that you can trust sitting next to you night in and night out.
Yeah, if I would have ever had one.
Boozer throws it down.
You just take a shot at your assistant coach.
Everybody. Since I got fired, I'm trying to take them all out.
How many Red Bulls did you have tonight?
No, but you know what? Mentioning longtime assistant, we would be remiss to not wish Tex Winter, Phil Jackson's longtime assistant, who's not been in the best of health over the last couple of years.
Talk about a trusted, loyal man.
And you know what I liked about Tex Winter? He was the hitman sometimes. To Phil Jackson's calm, Tex Winter would let him know, from Michael Jordan to Kobe Bryant to Shaquille O'Neal, when they were not meeting his standards.
Lakers have led by as many as 19. Jazz slowly creeping back into it. Pau Gasol got hit. And it's Boozer with his first foul. And now Gasol will go to the line. Something about Pau Gasol in recent weeks, every time he seems to have a bad game, or say 2 games in a row where he doesn't dominate, or for example the Lakers losing 3 of 4 and somebody has a big game against him, all of a sudden here come the talk, oh, he's soft and he's got to play more physical. All this guy has done since he's come here is he's helped bring the team to 2 NBA finals, winning 1 championship. And this was a team before he got here. They didn't get out of the first round the previous 3 years. Why does he still occasionally have to deal with this stuff? The guy's one of the most complete players in the game.
Because of idiots like us, the media. No, that's right. I mean, that's really it. Because it's easier to fall back on cliches than it is to really examine what the guy is doing. And not everybody's going to be big, strong bully. This guy likes the opera. He's got a multi-dimensional facet of his life. So instead, as we see his numbers, people nitpick. And yet, he was at times soft on the court, particularly in the finals against Boston.
There's never been a perfect player, and this guy just does so many things well and has made such a difference since he was acquired here. They played for the championship in both years he's been here, and there's a good chance they're going to do it again.
I'm saying LeBron James is the perfect player.
All right. Maybe we'll have one.
No, he is.
It's a pretty tough statement to make.
He's the perfect player.
Mark, help me out here.
Look here.
That's condescending right there. No. Look here. Don't talk down to me. Just talk to me.
No, he's not the perfect player. He's a guy that's going to be an all-time great, if not the best to ever do it. But he certainly has had flaws that he had to work on. You talk about playing the Spurs in the finals, he had to work on his ability to shoot jump shots. So he wasn't satisfied, he got better. So the perfect player had to improve on something.
Let me tell you something.
I'm just saying that right now. He's perfect until I don't coach next year for a team with cap room.
I agree then. He is perfect.
See, if you were coaching, yeah, right?
Matthews flips it up, comes up short. Jazz, the best shooting team in the NBA this year, 41% here tonight. Okur with a block, but also a foul.
But you bring up a good point about Pau Gasol, because we can nitpick, like Coach said, at what he does not do. The bottom line, he's a big-time talent. And understand, he does have flaws. He's a guy that does not like to be physically attacked. He doesn't play with force at times, but he's a skilled big man, as skilled as they get. I like the quote he made. He says, hey, I'm very, very tough. They asked Phil Jackson, made the statement. Phil Jackson said, I would take away one of those very. I would say he's very tough. And that's just being honest. But this is a guy that has complimented Kobe Bryant and brings it to the table. That's the reason why they have the jewelry.
He's simply one of the best players in the game. Right now, Lakers by 11, just over 2 minutes gone by in the third. Jazz trying to get another road win. They're much improved on the road this year. 19-18. Last year, all season, they won just 15 road games. Smiles inside to Okoro, gets it to go. Nope, they wave it off.
Stepped out of bounds for the third time tonight. 3 turnovers, stepping out of bounds. Let's widen the court. Let's lengthen the court.
Don't start, please.
I believe it. Players have gotten taller and bigger since the 50s.
Artest upside to Fisher. Fisher had a strong first half. Kobe Bryant was open. Artest didn't get it to him. Misses that one. Boozer. Boozer can't get it to go. Boozer just 3 of 9 from the field. He has 9 rebounds.
You know, Jerry Sloan said to Lisa, we got to run our offense. They're not going to beat the Lakers running Utah Jazz offense. They need to put the ball in the hands of Deron Williams and trust that he's going to make the play. That's when they were most successful in this ball.
Now Gasol back to the line as Boozer picks up his second foul. You mentioned talking about Gasol liking the opera. There was a very interesting article in Sports Illustrated recently about him and about all his different types of things that he likes, like the opera. He plays the piano, loves to play Tchaikovsky.
Who?
Tchaikovsky.
Listen, I'd be more worried about a Garden O'Neal in the finals. Play O'Neal. Forget play Tchaikovsky.
He'll be ready to play O'Neal.
Pavarotti. But this guy was going to be a doctor.
He's going to be a doctor, yeah.
Yeah, but that's easy to say when you're not one. I was going to be an astronaut, okay? So I decided to be a coach instead.
When you were 8, though, when he was studying, though, he started that path.
I was actually studying to be a doctor, too, when I was a kid.
His mom was a doctor. Go ahead, Mark.
No, Dr. J. I watched him and loved him.
Gasol inside. And a blocking foul call. This one goes against Miles.
Do you guys have doctors in the family? Because I do. Dr. Bill Van Gundy, my father. But it wasn't a medical doctor. He got his doctorate at the University of California, Berkeley. So, Dr. Bill, I hope you're enjoying the Final Four.
I'm not going to make fun of your dad. That's big time.
Oh,
I mean, that's a heck of an accomplishment. So what are you looking at like you expect us to say something on that?
No, I'm not.
It's you that go at parents. No. Congratulations, Dr. Bill.
That's right.
Dr. Bill goes to the Final Four with Cindy every year.
Every year.
Family vacations here. By the way, speaking of the Final Four, how'd your guys' Final Four picks pan out?
Well,
that's really not fair, though.
Complete with sound effects.
What, I only got to pick 3? Oh, Duke. I had Duke.
You did have Duke.
I had the champion.
It's not fair. We picked the Final Four
before the bracket.
Exactly.
And I love the Final Four, but I sometimes hate the hypocrisy of college basketball. It's all about winning. They fire guys now in college basketball for nothing. Sean Carney at Holy Cross, a Patriot League school. This athletic director, Dick Regan, fires him in 8 months. What a joke.
By the way, we knew this was coming, Mark.
No, that's a joke. Because, see, they try to make it out like it's about student athletes. It's not about student athletes. It's about money and winning, just like it is in the NBA. Please just say that. Just say that.
That was a surprise firing, to say the least.
And these ADs get off. Who's the guy that hired him? So if that coach is a failure, who hired the failure? You. You should go in and out with the coach.
This really bothers you, right?
Yeah. Well, he's also a good friend, to be honest.
Full
To be fair, full disclosure. But knowing that, he's a great guy and he can really coach, and they didn't have a good year. Why don't they get rid of some of the players? So you can't be a student here any longer because you had a bad year too.
60-49. Lakers by 11. We played 4 minutes here in what's been a sort of a ragged start to the second half. Gasol got poked in the face, gets it into Powell. And Pau Gasol with another assist. One of the best passing big men, certainly in the NBA. That's 7 assists for him.
And a good read by the Lakers offense. The Jazz decided to go into a 2-3 zone. They exploited the middle of that zone area.
Lead back up to 13.
Just good basketball, not trying to do too much. Understand that they're going to zone the area. Things will be open. 3 guys defending Powell. You get Powell slashing to the hoop, the delivery on point, and the easy layup.
But that's horrible defense. What are they triple teaming him? And that wasn't a game plan thing. Triple teaming him at 13 feet away from the basket as Williams makes an incredible
did you see that?
drive.
What a crossover move and then a difficult shot as he beat Kobe Bryant, his former Olympic teammate. That was pretty. And back in that zone that you guys talked about. Fisher's wide open calling for the ball. Now he gets it. Oh, nice feet inside. Gasol the finish.
That's a good read by Derek Fisher. Had an open shot, turned it down for a better one.
Now Gasol on the verge of a triple-double. Jazz turn it over. Alley-oop to Gasol. Just mishandle it. Ball knocked loose, picked up by Bryant. Matthews made a mistake trying to tip it back over his head, and Kobe Bryant can't finish. 3-on-2 the other way. Williams to Miles. Perfect timing on that pass. Miles' first field goal. Bryant trying to draw the foul, and he does. Miles saying, what am I going to do there, as he picks up his third. But how about this move from Deron Williams just moments ago?
Talking about one-on-one situation. Excuse me, Kobe, can I have this dance? Ability to break them down and then finishing over the length of Pau Gasol. My goodness, I'll take great offense over great defense any day of the week.
Kobe Bryant hearing chants of MVP. Yeah, Williams certainly MVP for Utah, but how about the news this week that the fans are going to get a chance to vote for the MVP? Jeff, I know you'd be interested in this. Fans now can vote online, and they can all their votes they can combine for one vote for the MVP award this year.
Out of how many? One vote
out of 125. So it's really not going to change it, but it's fans want to.
Okay, I'm all right with that. I would like to give the coaches and players a larger percentage of that vote. It shouldn't be just the media and the fans. It should be the people that compete and the people that coach against the people that compete.
Is this year it's going to be unanimous, you think?
I like the idea of allowing the fans to have an input as far as the voting's concerned, and I believe that it should be unanimous. With all due respect to the rest of the candidates, the best player this year, hands down, has been LeBron James.
Bryant chatting with somebody there. Might be Boozer, another one of his former Olympic teammates. As the Lakers lead back up to 12. Bryant just 4 of 17 from the field, but he's hit 7 free throws. 12-point game as we approach the midway point of the third.
If I'm Mitch Kupchak, I'm rescinding the contract.
Williams inside, kicks it out. Okur, his toe is on the line, misses anyway, and Gasol gets his 12th rebound already. Fisher. Miles deflected by Gasol. Bryant spinning. Gasol another rebound. And Phil Jackson wants timeout. He's hot at something. I think it's Derek Fisher he's mad at.
Felt like that shot in transition by Fisher was not a good shot.
Can't be too upset. His team's up 12. 5:52 left in the third. Throughout the day, you see the autism pin that the staffs are wearing. We've got them on ourselves as well. The coach is wearing, all the staffs on the benches. Jerry Sloan has his on. And something, the awareness so important, Jeff.
Right, and my colleague Mark Jackson is selling a t-shirt for Hand Down, Man Down, where $1 of all these t-shirts created by this company is going toward autism. It is such a great cause. So many kids and so many families need hope when it comes to fighting this devastating developmental illness.
Right now, it's 1 in 110 children diagnosed with an autism spectrum disorder. And the statistics show that more children diagnosed with autism this year than with AIDS, diabetes, and cancer combined. And they're still trying to find out so much about it. And Deron Williams, his foundation, Point of Hope, the Deron Williams Foundation, has been doing that as well. His foundation improving the quality of life for families and kids. And one of the recipients of one of his foundation's grants was the Carmen Pingree School for Autism in Salt Lake City. So Deron Williams doing a great job to help out as well.
It's all about impacting lives and making a difference. And it's a great job that the NBA does, but also the players involved.
And you know, in our league, Mike, we have LeBron, we have Kobe, we have Wade, these unbelievably talented people. But in the fight against autism, it's the speech therapist, the occupational therapist, the music therapist, and no one, unless you use them, because your kid needs help, do you realize their greatness? They toil tirelessly for these children who need help. And unfortunately, so many of these families, it's not covered by insurance. So it's really not only you're dealing with the disease, you're also dealing with the financial impact. It's hard to get the help that you need for your children.
That's why I'm glad to be playing my part. Actually, the website is being developed, hdmd.com, for Hand Down, Man Down. It's just playing a part, a little part of making a difference.
And a good day to bring awareness about. Good job done by all. 14-point Laker lead. Shot clock down to 6. Price gets it into Boozer. Boozer in and out. That one halfway down. We said at the top, Boozer is having such a terrific season. Has had his problems with the Laker length. And he's 3 for 10 tonight. Pass deflected. Last touch by Williams. Williams says no, it was off Bryant. But it's still going to be Laker ball. Let's listen to a recent Phil Jackson huddle.
You guys are playing out of rhythm. You're in a frenzy. You know, we need to get our pace going, right? We're in the bonus. They got the foul situation.
And that's why Phil Jackson was upset prior to the timeout by the shot transition by Derek Fisher. You want to keep pressure on a defense when you're in the bonus.
By the way, they obviously changed the call and appeared to be the right call. And then they have a foul on Jordan Farmar. Farmar's got now 4 fouls in 7 minutes. Not the NBA record.
What is?
Bubba Wells has the NBA record, fouled out in 3 minutes.
But that was when he was doing the hack-a-somebody. Hack-a-Shaq, maybe?
Hack-a-Rodman.
Hack-a-Rodman for Nelly, right?
Still the record.
Yeah, but there should be 2 records. One where you weren't trying to foul, but you did, and one where you were trying to foul and did.
Okay.
Somewhere Bubba Wells is excited about being mentioned tonight.
Well, they did that because they didn't want Michael Jordan to shoot. They just wanted to put Rodman on the line. Farmar misses. Boozer the rebound.
I like the strategy then.
Matthews, oh, what a perfect pass again from Darren Williams. And Matthews throws it down.
He just took that off the dribble. John Stockton is sitting up there in Gonzagaville, idling over that one-hand pass that he used to throw.
Kobe Bryant can't finish, but a foul.
Well, this is the difference in guards. Guards who can pass off the dribble, both in the full court and the half court, and put it right on target.
Now, he drives to every home game. And when he drives there, he has to drive on John Stockton Drive to get to the Energy Solutions Arena. But he's never had a problem with that, according to Jerry Sloan. He said he's smart enough not to buy into being the next John Stockton. And him and Stockton were pretty good friends. He stayed at Stockton's home when he was a rookie for about a week before his rookie training camp. It was like a personal mini camp that they had. Spent about 4 days, went through 2 days. And they developed a nice relationship. Just another great point guard for the Jazz.
Well, he's going to get his own street named up there if he keeps playing well. If he turn right on Williams Way to get to Stockton Drive.
Williams with the jump shot off the mark. And Pau Gasol with yet another rebound. 14 now for Gasol. Bryant. Matthews does a good job. Bryant with the pass, and Gasol gets fouled. So more free throws. It'll be his 9th and 10th of the game. Millsap picks up his first. Jazz trying to win at the Staples Center. They've lost their last 13 times here. 7 of the regular season, 6 in the playoffs. So right now they're down by 12. To remind you to watch the race to the playoffs unfold wherever you are with NBA League Pass Mobile. Now available for $9.99. Log on to www.nba.com/mobile. And you can learn about how to do it.
And I'm committed to getting a phone that can do that.
Really?
Today, I'm telling you, I'm going from the old, reliable, I'm getting a BlackBerry.
See, I'm proud of you.
Right.
I mean, this has been
It's been 2 years.
2 years of
right.
begging you to get rid of your 1990 flip phone.
Because I want to be able to backslash.
Welcome to the real world.
Boozer on the pull-up and gets that one to go.
He's got such great footwork in the post. That face-up, he loves to play to his left hand, and then every perimeter player basically has that step back. Very few bigs can drive it and step back and shoot the jumper.
Gasol doubled. Good extra pass. Shannon Brown, 7 on the shot clock. On the drive, gets inside, blocked by Millsap. Gasol right there with a rebound, but couldn't hold on. Here comes Williams again to Matthews. Matthews fouled. And this kid continues to play well. Wesley Matthews, the rookie from Marquette, didn't get drafted. Played in their summer league. Impressed Jerry Sloan with his toughness and his defense. He's now a starter in the NBA. His father played for 9 years. Another terrific doubleheader, and as we said, less than 2 weeks to go in the regular season. There's so many possibilities. This is a big game for both teams. For the Jazz, certainly, they come into tonight second in the West, but only one game separates 2 through 5. For the Lakers, meanwhile, the Lakers right now, they're not going to catch the Cavs for the best overall record, but they're only 1 ahead of the Orlando Magic, now a half game, I believe, because the Magic winning.
They lost
Well, the
tonight.
Magic lost, so a game and a half.
But if you're
But that's huge.
Point.
If they go to the finals, that can make the difference who has home court in the finals. If it's a rematch from last year. So even the playoff teams having to play down the stretch important games. Gasol, the jumper.
And you get teams that'll say, oh, it doesn't matter where we play, we're capable of beating teams. I understand that. But you want to have a deciding game in your own building. That makes a huge difference.
It matters. It may not matter in every case. It may not play out that way, but it matters historically. As Boozer tips it in, it has mattered. And I totally disagree with teams that says, well, you have to beat anybody anyway. Yeah, that's true. But the highest seeds have developed usually the best habits, and the best habits will usually win out in a playoff series.
Foul to Brown. Brown plenty of time. Nails the jump shot. Well, the Laker bench, again, they've been struggling recently. Shannon Brown, who's been banged up a bit this year, such an important part of their playoff run last year. They want to win another title. The bench has to gain some consistency. Final minute of the third. Price tied up. Boozer, nice extra pass to Millsap.
That's an excellent job of attacking on the offensive end. Great ball movement. You wind up with a high percentage shot.
Well, they're #1 in the NBA in assists. It's one of the reasons why they have the highest field goal percentage. Very unselfish team. Fisher got bumped. Williams didn't like the call, but there was contact as he picks up his second.
It's just good basketball, not trying to do too much, making a play. You got 2 guys on you, get rid of the basketball, force the rotation. Delivery from Boozer. You got to love that offensive trip of your Jerry Sloan and the Jazz. Millsap finishing at the rim.
Fisher, good game tonight. 5 of 7 from the field, now 13 points. 35 years old, still one of the most durable guys in the league. This is 407th consecutive game. Only Andre Miller has played more consecutive games. Price to Millsap. Blocked by Gasol. Nice defensive play. Ball knocked away. Brown falls down. And a violation with a kick. It's going to be Utah ball. They say Brown tried to kick it.
And again, the length of the Lakers interior creating problems. Pau Gasol blocking the shot. You love the energy, help defense, not giving up an easy basket opportunity. That's what you want from your big guys. Dominate the paint area.
final seconds of the third quarter. Williams, shake and bake, gets inside, layup won't go. Boozer right there to put it in. With 7.2 remaining, Williams thought he got hit. Here's Brown. Brown launches up a three. Off the mark, Boozer the rebound, and that will end the third quarter. Utah Jazz still within striking distance after falling behind by 19 in the first quarter. Kobe Bryant and Lakers have spent the rest of the game trying to hold them off. We head to the fourth, 8-point Laker lead.
Center, Phil, halfway through that third quarter, you called a timeout and told your guys they were playing in a frenzy. What were you seeing?
We're banning their pace of game instead of our pace. They dictated the pace. Now we're not quite at the same level at that speed. So we just have to slow down and execute and be correct about what we're doing.
Deron Williams had 18 points in that first half, just 2 in that third quarter. What were you guys doing differently defensively on him?
They started emphasizing on their team game, went back to their team game, tried to get Carlos going, got him going a little bit. Now they're playing pretty good.
All right, thank you for your time. Mike.
All right, Lisa Boozer, 15 points, 17 rebounds. Again, the Jazz within striking distance. Lakers normally close games out when they're winning at home. In fact, of their last 33 games, when leading after 3 here at Staples Center, they're 33-0. Overall this year, 32-5. Only the Cavs with a better record on their home floor. The Jazz, though, a gritty team. And Fisher just got caught off balance. Fisher, his second.
I'm not going to post Mehmet Okur because his game is turnaround jump shots. I would much rather move the defense and then get Williams and Okur in a pick and roll and play to both of their strengths.
Okur, quick shot, and it's a 6-point game. This is the closest they've been since the first quarter.
And you look and you say, well, what is Coach talking about when Okur makes that shot? Well, they're not going to get a steady diet of those type of plays. They can get where they want in pick and roll situations. Then you use his strength, the ability to knock down the jumper.
Okur deflected that pass, a turnover. Price with a nice move inside. And a block on Matthews, still Jazz ball. Both Matthews and Price felt they got hit.
And I like what Ronnie Price has brought to this game, playing 2-point guards for a number of minutes in this game. He's got good toughness and a quickness.
Okur misses that. Millsap nearly tipped it in. Not a lot of people know Ronnie Price. 5th year out of Utah Valley University. Wasn't drafted. Ball poked away by Millsap, and here comes Price now. Price the backup point, but as Jeff mentioned, he's playing out there with Deron Williams. Millsap backs it in, and it's a 4-point game.
And good recognition, pushing the ball. Bryant defending Millsap. You take advantage of his size, get him the basketball, and get out of his way.
Anxious moments for the Laker fans after that unbelievable start. Lakers were superb in the first quarter, but the Jazz battle the entire way. Matthews trying to get it away from Bryant. His shot short. Good defense. Bryant 4 for 20. Feed inside to Okur. Poked away, but he saves it. Williams looking. Fisher right with him. Williams trying to draw the foul. Can't get it to go. And Odom. Oh, they say last touch by Odom. He got hit. Jazz got a break there.
You see, but every time Deron Williams has the ball on top in a pick and roll situation or isolation, good things happen. Not just about him scoring. Somebody winds up with an open shot, and then you have the bigs attacking the offensive boards.
Millsap against Gasol. Offensive foul. Just lowered the shoulder. Pau Gasol draws the charge. Second foul on Millsap.
That's a good job by Pau Gasol, moving his feet, stepping up to the challenge. Man-to-man defense, not surrendering, and selling the charge.
Fisher. Kobe Bryant was mad that Brown didn't swing it to him, but Lamar Odom knocks down the shot, and it's back up to 7. Odom with 16 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Williams, the pretty feed, Okur, and a late whistle with a foul. The Lakers claiming Okur pushed off with the left arm. That's 3 on Bryant.
Again, Deron Williams off the dribble. Good pass. I'm not sure that's a wipe away or not.
To me, that's an offensive foul on Okur. And if you're Okur, do a better job of understanding, I'm diving to the hoop, I'm going to catch it in traffic. You have to make a stronger move to the cup. This is a perimeter player's move. That's a clear offensive foul by Okur. Rather than fading away, attack the rim with an aggressive move.
Okur misses the second 6-point game. Still plenty of time remaining. Just over 2.5 gone by in the 4th. Jazz trying to even the season series. They've lost 2 of 3 to the Lakers. Brown way off the mark. Odom tips it, gets it over Matthews, banks it in, and a foul. Lamar Odom with big plays here in the 4th quarter.
When Lamar Odom plays well, the Lakers are virtually impossible to beat. So multi-dimensional. Made 2 threes tonight. Finished 1 on the break. Rebounds, passes.
That was a big part of the offseason after winning the championship, re-signing Lamar Odom, signed a 3-year, $27 million deal. For nights like this, as the Lakers back up by 9. Matthews to Millsap. Millsap short. Okur tips it out, but Fisher right there, and he's bumped by Price. And we'll have a timeout. Jazz have tried to play catch-up all night long. Do they have enough? They're down 9. The 9-point lead, just over 3 minutes gone by. 4th quarter at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. Let's take a look at our National Association of Realtors hometown hero. And tonight, it's the man who just signed a 3-year contract extension that will keep him a Laker through the 2014 season. And they announced it earlier today. General Manager Mitch Kupchak. Not really a shocker. He'll no doubt finish his career as a Laker.
I don't know if he's a hometown hero, but he's a hero at home. If you make that much money, his family, you're a hero, Kobe Bryant.
You know, it's great to me. You make that kind of money, somebody say, okay, what you gonna go out and buy? I don't have to go out and buy anything. I made this kind of money for my career. That's the good life.
Well, the good life for the Lakers is having him through 2014. Gasol is signed. Artest is signed. So
and Odom.
And Lamar Odom for the next 3 years as well.
And like Mark said earlier, Bryant and most NBA players, when they've been blessed with the multi-million-dollar contracts, they give back to the community. And you have to applaud the NBA players' dedication in that regard.
Bryant, meanwhile, continues to struggle. He has now missed 15 of his last 16 shots. Score of 21.
And Wesley Matthews has done a good job of competing, contesting and forcing him into tough shots. He's battling, and that's all you can ask for defensively.
Odom, another rebound. 8 minutes remaining. 9-point Laker lead. Their largest lead was 19. That was in the 1st quarter. Jazz have made a number of runs. As Odom nails another 3. 22 for Odom. And Lakers are up by a dozen. 9 of 11 from the field for Lamar Odom.
Gives them a whole different dimension when he's aggressive offensively.
Okur can't connect. Boozer tips it out, but right to the hands of Kobe Bryant. And Bryant draws the foul. Check in with Lisa Salters.
Well, Mark was talking about Wesley Matthews doing a good job defensively on Kobe Bryant, and it is ironic that you're talking about Kobe Bryant's contract. We don't know the exact terms of the deal, but it's being reported somewhere in the $85, $86 million range over 3 years. Wesley Matthews, as you know, undrafted, he is making the rookie minimum this year, $457,588. I asked him if he heard about Kobe's contract before the game. He said, yeah, I was here in the locker room and Darren Williams told me about it, and all I could think was, wow. He said, you know what, I've got a long way to go, but I'm going to work hard to try to climb up to. And then he paused and he said, maybe half that. He said, in fact, I'll even take a third of that. I think we all would, right?
Absolutely, Lisa. Wesley, who, as we mentioned earlier, his dad played 9 years in the NBA, including 2 championships with the Lakers back in the late 80s.
And when we say minimum wage in the NBA, it has a far different connotation than in the real world. $450,000, he'll get by. No one's feeling sorry for anybody out here, or us, by the way.
Bryant arguing with Alandis Poole, but it's still going to be Jazz ball. And Matthews, he's a nice, tough player. They list him as 6'5", about 220. Some people were surprised he wasn't drafted. Throws up the 3, not that time. He says that he felt maybe he wasn't drafted because he doesn't do one thing exceptionally well. He just does everything very well. You know, does a nice job everywhere. Bryant, that time, scores on him. Only so much you can do. He's done a great job on Bryant tonight, and now a chance for a 3-point play.
But this is why it's not just him. You have to contain a great offensive guy with 5 guys defensively. They hung Wesley Matthews Jr. out to dry, playing one-on-one defense. 5 guys, 4 of the guys should be in position to help.
Well, and remember, without Kirilenko here, they really don't have shot blocking at the basket. That's neither Okur or Boozer's type of game. That's where Kirilenko is so disruptive.
You know, I like Matthews. He looks upset there, but his demeanor on the court, the way he handles things for a rookie. And he had 4 years of experience. He's 23 years old, more mature than a number of the rookies. Williams inside the Millsap. And an offensive foul on Millsap, who's upset with a call. Pau Gasol's presence defensively forcing that turnover.
I really think if Utah's fortunate enough to advance into a playoff series as Millsap, that's not a wipe away.
No.
But if they advance, they might want to give Facinko a shot. More length on the floor versus the smaller power forwards like Millsap and Boozer. Maybe play a little bit more size.
Odom to Gasol, goes right out to Shannon Brown, and he hits it off a broken play. This matches the largest lead of the game as the Lakers back up by 19. Boozer inside, lays it in. The gentleman you talk about, Kirill Facinko, is that 7-1 man from the Ukraine. Plays spot duty for them. Facinko's only played in 46 of the games.
And to me, he's a rotation guy. Big live body, battles on the defensive boards, can score.
Bryant, high off the glass, Odom throws it down. Lamar Odom with a huge 4th quarter, 11 points and 4 rebounds. Count it. No basket, but a foul. Well, they did go in. They are going to count it, excuse me. We'll have a timeout. Boy, Lamar Odom having a superb game, Mark.
Oh, he's having himself a good time on the floor, making plays offensively. You talk about the look away, broken down play, but finding his man in the corner, and then offensively attacking the boards. Missed shot by Bryant. Excuse me, Mr. Boozer, I have an appointment with the rim. Lamar Odom, ball.
Lamar Odom and the Lakers happy to be back home. Odom with a superb 4th quarter. And as Jeff said moments ago, when he plays at a high level, the team is nearly unbeatable. One of the most versatile players in the NBA.
And when he makes his three, he's even more difficult to guard because the floor is spread. Tonight, 3 for 3. It's hard to stop him that way.
One shy of his season high. This game was a 4-point game with 9.5 to go. Then an 18-5, now 18-6 run since.
When you want to win in this league, you need guys like Lamar Odom on your team. Here's a guy that's coming off the bench. He could be starting for any other team in this league, but he's satisfied with whatever this team needs him to do, and he's always ready.
Ball deflected by Williams. Miles now in for Matthews guarding Kobe Bryant. Blocked but a foul. In the act of shooting, Jazz disagree. Either way, they're in the penalty. Bryant's taken 14 free throws already. You see that still depending on the shooting hand. He's had all sorts of injuries, including the right index finger back in December. He's going to play all season with it. He's had some stretches where he struggled with his shot. Looks like it's bothering him a little bit there. Just 5 of 23 from the field, but 11 of 14 from the line with 21 points. See if he got hit there. I would assume every time he gets hit, there's got to be a little bit of a bother.
But even more so on that play, took the time before the free throw, then after making the first free throw, gave a backhand dap to his teammates. You can tell he was in some pain.
Well, the broken finger's not what finally sat him down. It was the left ankle that he missed the 5 games with. Boozer gets inside. Bryant with a block, but a foul. He doesn't like the call. Mike Callahan just walks away. So Boozer will shoot 2 with 5:08 remaining. What's amazing is the complete disagree from both players. There's no question there was a foul from Boozer, and there's no way there was a foul from Kobe Bryant. Boozer 17 points, 18 rebounds, as you see. They can't afford to miss free throws. Down 18 with 5:08 remaining. This has not been a fun place for the Jazz, as we mentioned. They've lost 13 straight here. 7 in the regular season, 6 in the playoffs. The Lakers have been the team that have knocked them out of the postseason each of the last 2 years. Farmar in the game with Shannon Brown, Bryant, Odom, and Gasol. Gasol, nice pass to Odom, and throws it in. Now Gasol with a perfect feed, his 9th assist. He's 1 assist shy of the triple-double, and Lamar Odom has a season-high 26 points. This was a close game just a couple of minutes ago. What a run by the Lakers. Williams stole it. Gasol took it right back. Feed inside to Farmar. Odom try another 3. Yep. Brown nearly tips it in. Ball bounce pass to Boozer, and Boozer banks it in. I think that was for Boozer, or was it for Jeffers? That looked like just a perfect pass on the run.
I know Darren Williams is saying it was for Boozer.
Yes. That's his 10th assist. That's 8 straight games he's had 10 or more assists. But his team's down by 17. That's all he cares about. Offensive foul. Called on Kobe Bryant.
Offensive foul number 24, Kobe Bryant is 5th personal.
5 on Kobe.
What a luxury to have big guys that can pass the basketball. To look away from Gasol to Odom, big to big interior play, high percentage look.
Williams well short. And Bryant fouled by Boozer. They're in the penalty, so free throws with 3:45 remaining. Our NBA calendar, a number of big games coming up regarding playoff positioning, including this one, Charlotte at Chicago tomorrow on NBA TV, 8 Eastern. ABC Sunday, we've got a terrific doubleheader. Cavs and Celtics, followed by these Lakers hosting the Spurs. ESPN next Wednesday, the Jazz playing in Houston against the Rockets, and Spurs and Suns. And TNT next Thursday, Cavs and Bulls from Chicago, Lakers and Nuggets in Denver. And as always, we think of Denver, we think of George Karl. We always send along our best wishes. Karl still continuing his chemotherapy and his battle with cancer. No timetable on when he'll return. It's been a rough stretch for George. Just let him know, George, we're thinking about you. Lead up to 19 with 3:40 remaining here in the fourth. Matthias Jeffers getting some time down the stretch. Good pass inside, and Miles finishes. What was the main reason this turned around so quickly?
I think the Lakers began to control Deron Williams a little bit. Also, the Jazz did not make shots off of his playmaking ability, and it allowed the Lakers to get going in transition. And also, you talk about getting to the line. That's crucial. You get to the free throw line, you can afford to struggle offensively because you're scoring by getting to the line.
And a foul with 3:03 remaining. And now Jerry Sloan emptying his bench. Sundiata Gaines has checked in. Williams is finished for the night, as is Millsap and Boozer. Utah putting in. The guy we talked about earlier, Pacinko. Also, Costa Koufos, the big man, former Ohio State Buckeye, checking in. And here's Gaines, New York City kid. Born in Jamaica, Queens, went to Archbishop Malloy. You like watching those guys march, former Queens native.
Archbishop Malloy, you're talking about Kenny the Jet Smith, Kenny Anderson, you're talking about great guards.
He actually finished his career at Malloy third in scoring behind Kenny Anderson and Kenny Smith. Senior year, he averaged 28 a game. Then spent his college 4 years at Georgia. Nice player, wasn't drafted. They signed him to a 10-day contract after playing in the D-League in Italy.
And then he made that game winner, like in one of his first games against the Cavaliers.
Yeah, with that three-pointer at the buzzer. Meanwhile, there's a Sasha Vujacic sighting. Vujacic has been in the doghouse lately, getting some time down the stretch in what's going to be a very good Laker win.
Hold up. I'm watching that logo. Raise the picture of Jeter and lower. I mean, you got David Lee on top of the bill. Come on, man. Did you take a look at that?
I did.
Are you kidding me?
It's basketball season. That's why it's not baseball season.
No, it doesn't. It is
They'll
baseball
change
season. Opening day. What
it's Monday. It's not yet.
No, Jeter should have been on the top. And then, hey, you know what? You could just have just Jeter.
David Wright should be up there. Get some Mets action in there.
No, that's the wrong answer.
He was in the far right-hand corner. I wonder if that was like some sort of like weird, you know, like play on words.
No, raise the Jeter. Come on.
No.
Baseball season opens Sunday. Yanks and the Red Sox. Miles, off-balance shot, gets it to go. Miles has struggled tonight shooting, just 3 of 8. Well, the Lakers, after that 2-3 road trip, including losing 3 of the last 4, a couple of them by double figures, bounced back nicely here tonight. It was a great start. DJ Benga hits a jumper. Just casually glides down the floor.
You know, I'm really looking forward to Sunday, though, because what the Lakers did to the Spurs in San Antonio is going to be interesting to see how the Spurs respond coming in, and also how the Lakers. All right, are you satisfied with just getting a win, or do you want to keep your foot on the gas pedal?
To me, it comes down to can Ginobili. You know, he was not as impactful in the second half of that game. and thus they only scored mid-80s. He's going to have to score well, and Tim Duncan is going to have to be able to score in the paint and get off quality shots against the length of not only his individual defender, but the team defense of the Lakers.
Vujacic misses the free throw, and the Spurs have one of those players who I think should be a candidate for most improved, George Hill.
You're talking about an outstanding young man, and you can tell why Coach Popovich loves him. He's a guy that continues to get better. He battles, outstanding defender, can score, and can play both backcourt positions.
Gaines lost his balance and threw it out. As we said at the start of the fourth quarter, the Lakers 33-0 in their last 33 games here when they had a lead going into the fourth quarter at Staples Center. It's going to be 34 straight. Even though the Jazz cut it to 4, had a little momentum going, the Lakers then just had a terrific stretch, 13 straight points, an 18-5 run, and this game was over minutes a while ago as Jeffers has his shot blocked. Alley-oop pass, and Powell the finish to put on the exclamation point.
Oh, you didn't break out the salute, did he? He didn't do that.
The bench has had its struggles, so they get something positive.
Come back to me, Josh.
Gaines gets inside, and that's a goaltend on Benga. Well, the starters are enjoying the bench play.
Good play by Farmar.
You're still speechless about the salute.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Benga, nice save. Vujacic. Inside pass to Powell. Blocked by Fasenko. Powell thought he got fouled. No salute there. Jeffers and a foul. Here's Jeffers, another 10-day contract guy for the Utah Jazz. So moving the line for one, played his college ball in Robert Morris in Chicago, born and raised in Chicago. Actually only played his last year at Robert Morris. 19.8 remaining. Good win for the Lakers. It's good to be back home. And you feel the Lakers after that trip, they'll improve to 55-21 on the year and 33-5. 7 straight win at home. And now 6 games to go. And importantly for Phil Jackson and the Lakers, with Orlando losing earlier, they now have a 2-game lead over the Magic. And that, of course, would come into play if those teams met in the finals, who would have home court. They're not going to catch the Cavaliers.
And teams should be looking at standings like that. I mean, you got to realize where you are to close out a season, because it makes a difference. It used to drive me crazy when I'd have teammates that wouldn't have a clue where we stood at the end of the season when it was playoff position in time.
Yep. It's hard to imagine you don't, but that's the case sometimes. Sports Center coming up next. We'll have all the highlights, including a very busy night in the NBA. As Darren Williams and the Jazz will fall. That's a perfect day for the Lakers. They get a win, and Kobe Bryant signs a 3-year extension to keep him here in LA.
And I want Mark Jackson to name names. Who were those clueless teammates of yours? It's all right. Most of them are asleep by now. And if they didn't know what the standings were when they played, and now they're not playing, they certainly don't know the standings. They're probably not even watching. So go ahead. Give us one.
See, I'm from New York City. I'm not going to do what you did and threw your entire coaching staff in the history of your coaching career under the bus. I'm not going to throw a teammate
but
under the bus.
But you've made everyone complicit by not naming names. Now we think Reggie Miller didn't even know the standings.
We ran out of time. Maybe Sunday.
Was it Pacers or Knicks? That'll do it. Good win for the Lakers. Kobe Bryant, the Lakers had that great first quarter. Then the Jazz made a run. And in the fourth quarter, they pull away. And the Lakers win the season series against the Jazz 3-1. So a contract extension and a victory. Good day for Kobe Bryant. Good day for Lamar Odom. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. He gets to chat with Lisa.
He doesn't have to bend over that much. He's exaggerating, Mike. But Lamar, it was a 4-point game early in the fourth quarter. How did you guys blow it open so quickly?
Defense. Yeah, we've been really needing to play defense, and today we were able to do it.
Your season high 26 points. What was really working for you, especially in the first and the fourth quarter?
I just took my time and made shots that were presented to me. Got the ball underneath the basket, got into a flow, and the 3 balls started falling for me.
You guys have been hearing it from the media lately. How important was it for you guys to come out here and get back to where you wanted to be?
We just wanted to play well. We wanted to play our A game, and we can live with that.
All right, thank you. Congratulations. Mike.
Another Queens guy, Lamar Odom, with a big game. That's him out from High Gasol. Nearly had a triple-double. As the Lakers get the victory over the Utah Jazz. Final score 106-92. And the Lakers will be back here Sunday against the San Antonio Spurs. Another important game. Up next on ESPN at SportsCenter. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Mark Jackson, Jeff Van Gundy, Lisa Salters, and our entire ESPN crew, this is Mike Breen saying thanks for watching. So long from Los Angeles.